get caught in the bush. Oh no. Come on, let's go see Daddy. Oh, it's snow. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
It's snowing.
It is snowing.
Ooh,
It's a little bit of a snowy day. We were going to go to Danbury today.
But we
I'm
didn't.
so glad we didn't because...
In order to get there, we have to take an interstate that goes over the highest point in Dutchess County,
Yes.
called Stormville Mountain.
Yes. I used
where
to
the
live
roads ice.
I used to
very
live on
quickly.
Stormville Mountain many years ago.
I won't go over if they're predicting snow.
No, and I'm so glad we didn't. And it's a crap day. Oh, it's nasty. But look what I got today.
A dog. Oh, your sweatshirt.
I love it. The child. I fell for an Instagram ad. It's actually Old Navy. I shop there. Well, I shop mostly at the Gap, but this is a really nice sweatshirt. It's so fleecy
get it
inside.
Or did you go to Old Navy?
I ordered it online
Oh.
because I haven't been shopping really. But yeah, it's so cute and it has Baby Yoda on it and it matches my Mandalorian shawl. This is my hand-dyed yarn in the Mandalorian colorways that was knit for me by Leslie of the Naughty Knitwits podcast. I know you watch. Thank you, Leslie. I wear this all the time. And I love it. I'm going to be bringing these colors back in early January. So that's exciting. So, what are we doing today there, Yarn Boy?
I don't know. We're going to watch The Mandalorian tonight.
We are.
I'd like to get the fireplace going.
Yeah.
Now that it's fixed.
Did you get me any eggnog?
No, we'll get that on the way home.
Okay. So,
you know what we should do?
what should we do? This is why I
Ride to the
asked.
pet store, get him a winter coat, and on the way, put it on him, and on the way back, we'll stop, take him for a walk, and then go to Stewart's.
I don't know if I want to go all the way out to the mall, to the shopping.
South Hills.
I
There's
don't
nobody there.
I don't think I want to go all the way out. No, I don't.
Oh.
We can just go for a walk and then go.
Local.
I know.
But
We'll
what's
think
the sense
about
of
it.
going for a walk? He doesn't have a coat.
He's fine. He
No,
doesn't
he's
care.
not. He was chilled
Richie
yesterday.
insisted he was not chilled. Richie
Yes, he was.
insisted that this dog needs a coat. Look at the hair on him. He doesn't need a coat. He's fine.
You need a little coat, right? Yes.
Well, I am going to go
Poor
upstairs.
face. That's what we wanted to get him last year, but you can't buy them here. You can only get them in Canada, poor face.
Oh, that's why. We thought we got him a coat.
I thought we got him a blue one.
No, I don't think so because I would have had it. You know how organized I am, and it would have been in that bin. And it's not there, so we didn't get him one. So anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and shoot a little yarn tutorial for you. I'm going to talk about woolen versus worsted spun yarn today. Doesn't that sound fascinating?
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. I'm glad I'm in a family room hiding.
So thank you so much for all your comments, all your likes. I haven't had a chance to respond to comments, honestly. I wanted to, but I'm so busy with this recording thing and editing, it takes my entire day. So I'm reading everything. Thank you so very much. I'll be doing a giveaway drawing soon, so be sure to make a comment down below and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have some new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. It is a wonderful Christmas gift to Rich and I, and this vlog is a gift from us to you. Our Christmas card, our little vlog card, as you will. So, thank you so very much. Let's beat that YouTube algorithm. Okay, so we'll decide what we're going to do.
Easy,
If we go to the pet
whoa.
store, you will see it on the vlog. Cheers.
Yeah, well, that's a nice vlog.
It is. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, good
I'll see how my tutorial goes. Good afternoon, everybody. I am up in my studio, and I have lights behind me, and I'm going to show you some behind the scenes of a little gadget that I got to do Vlogmas, and I actually think I'm really going to like it. So before I do that, I'm going to thank you for all your comments about my gift wrap station. I gotta say, I flippin' love it. It works better than I ever expected. When Rich was hanging it up, he's like, how is this going to work? It's not going to work. It works perfectly. So let me just show you real quick. Rolls of wrapping paper on here. And I just store them up here. But when I'm wrapping, I just put one up. And then I just unroll it from here. And oh my goodness, it's great. It does not come off. So these were like $3 for a set of these brackets. And people use them to hang bikes and stuff in garages. You guys, it's a game changer. It's amazing. I have so many presents wrapped. So I highly recommend, if you have the space, wall space. I mean, I have a whole studio here full of yarn. I was just tossing it a little bit to find some yarn for examples. So let me show you that right now. So here's my little setup. So I got this on Amazon. It's a gooseneck phone holder. And here it is. It just clamps to my sewing table. No problem. And there's my phone. I mean, you can't really see because the phone is blowing it all out, but yeah, there's my setup. And I'm going to be recording that for you right now. So enjoy. Okay, differences between worsted spun and woolen spun yarns and what we use these different yarns for. So on this side, I have some woolen spun yarn by Rauma. This is Rauma Phenol PT2. It has 175 meters, which is approximately like 200-ish yards of yarn in this little ball, 50-gram skein. And this is a hand-dyed mini skein that I did. So let's take a look at these yarns. So as you can see, the Rauma, arguably Rauma is classified also as a fingering to sport, so it's definitely on the thicker side. So I'm going to show you that right now. As you can see, these two strands. This is definitely, you can see the thickness difference, but part of that is because this Rauma right here, this white yarn, is spun in a different way. What they do is the fibers are all mixed up, they're all jumbled up like this before they're spun. And then they spin it in such a way where there's air trapped in between the fibers. And as you can see, you can kind of see like the that it's a little bit fuzzy, and that's why. That's the little fibers poking out, and that's what makes it a bit rough on some people's skin. I used to hate yarn like this, but I've come to appreciate it, and now I absolutely love it. I think it's really soft once you knit it up and wash it and whatnot. Okay, so this yarn, my hand-dyed yarn over here, is worsted spun, which means all of the fibers are laying like this, and it's spun smoothly and all the air is compressed out. So when if I spun this on a spinning wheel, I would take my hands and I would kind of compress it like that. Whereas if I'm spinning a woolen spun yarn, I just pull and twist, where I don't really touch the yarn very much. You don't want to manhandle it because you don't want to squeeze all the air out. So that is this is woolen, think woolly, it's a woolier yarn, and worsted for this yarn. So what are these used for? What is the best use case for these. So I just noticed you can see my little, that's okay, not a big deal. Okay, so the best use case for this type of yarn, I think, is sweaters, mittens, shawls, if you don't mind the kind of toothiness that'll be around your neck. I would not use it for socks. I mean, I guess you could if you knit it like a bullet. I don't really like to knit like that, and I wear through socks like there's no tomorrow. So I wouldn't use it for socks, but mittens, perfect. Sweaters, perfect. Shawls, if you can stand the little bit of toothiness. So that's what this is good for. This is much warmer than this. So if you run hot, this probably wouldn't be a good choice for you. If you tend to run hot, this might be a better choice for you. You know, if you get hot flashes and whatnot. I don't. I run cold, so that's why I like this better for sweaters for me. So I actually love knitting with this. This on the left is a super smooth, super slick yarn. It's also superwash. This is not superwash. It will shrink and felt when you put it in the wash and agitate it. This tends not to. It can after a while if you keep washing it, but I actually wash all my socks and not a problem. This is also spun with a little bit of nylon, so it's great for socks, especially for me. This yarn is great for sweaters. I love my fingering weight worsted spun sweaters. They're lovely. They're not, you know, they don't run as hot. You know, they pill a little bit. I mean, everything pills a little bit, but you know, you just deal with it. You glean it or whatever. And yeah, it's great. So this is good for socks. This is good for socks. It's good for shawls, perfect for shawls. It's good for sweaters if you like knitting with fingering weight yarn. Let's see, it's great for gloves and mittens as well. It won't be as warm as this yarn, but yeah, it's great. They're just different. So now how do you know what to use in a project? I would look at what the designer recommends. So look on wherever you buy your pattern, you know, look at so if the designer recommends a certain brand of yarn, like say she recommends knit style yarns. So you look at that, you look at the yardage, and most hand-dyed yarns by dyers is worsted spun. So they're interchangeable. So my yarn might be very interchangeable with another hand-dyed dyer, as many of you know. Okay, so that is these two. I brought some others to show. Oh, I brought some sweaters to show you the difference. So before I show you that, let me show you some thicker weights. So this is Rauma in a DK. This blue yarn. Most of this woolen spun yarn is a 2-ply. So if you take it apart, it only has 2 plies. This yarn probably has 4 plies, even though it's thinner. But again, I told you that the all the air is squished out of this yarn. So yeah, there's 4 plies, and they're much thinner. Okay, so this is a DK by Rauma. Same sheep breed. And this is just thicker. It's a thicker yarn. It's again a 2-ply. And this is really toothy. This is much even toothier than this, but I still like it. Great for mittens, great for sweaters, not so good for socks. This is a worsted This is, I can't remember who this is, but I knit Jamie a sweater out of it. And it's a 2-ply woolen spun. See that how fuzzy it is? I think this has a little bit of mohair in it. And yeah, very warm, very lofty. Okay, this is a singles yarn that I dyed. I'm going to knit a love note out of this. And this, love it. So this is just a single. You can't really undo, I mean, you can undo it, but it'll just come apart. There's no other plies to it. I mean, it's just one. This is great for shawls. A lot of people don't like it for sweaters because it tends to pill more. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. Love it for shawls. A lot of hand dyers dye this. Look how it glows, because it looks really good in the skein. And this is a worsted spun, air sucked out of it, or, you know, squeezed out of it. Okay, so here is a sweater that I'm working on currently, knit out of Roma Phenol Garn. And it's great for color work because it gets really, I showed you, it gets kind of fuzzy. And the color work, the more you wear it, the more it kind of blends together. And this even looked a lot better after I blocked this part of it, and it even looks a lot better after I blocked it. Everything kind of just melds together because of how fuzzy it is. And this type of yarn is great for color work. Here is my Winterfeel sweater, and I've worn this a lot more, so look how fuzzy it is. See how it's really all starting to blend together? And this is really soft. Now that, look how, oh, it's just yummy. It's super warm too. I had this on the other day and I love this sweater. Consequently, this is my, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of this pattern. Caitlin Hunter, my one and only Caitlin Hunter pattern. Very popular. Everybody's knit it. So actually, she did not call for a woolen spun yarn. She called for a hand dye superwash yarn. And that's what I use. This is my DK yarn. It's this. It's a 4-ply. This is undyed. It's very smooth. See how smooth it is? There's no fuzzies sticking out. It's also superwash. And some people don't like that for color work. Honestly, I don't mind it. I think it's beautiful. It's definitely a different look. So if you look at this as opposed to this, see the fuzzies on this? You can really see the difference. Fuzzy, smooth, smooth. Now, some people don't like it because you might see the gaps, you know, in between, and they say it doesn't really blend together. I think this looks beautiful. It's fine. I actually love this. I need to knit another sweater out of this base. This is my DK Superwash base. My 100% Superfine Merino. I love this yarn. This doesn't have any pills at all. It's fabulous. I need to knit another sweater out of it very soon. So, yeah, it's just a different preference. I mean, this is not going to be as warm as something fuzzy like this. This is going to be much more fun to knit, actually, in a DK weight, in a smoother superwash yarn, because it's slicker, and I find it easier than to knit with a woolen spun yarn. But I love both. I really do. I love a woolen spun sweater. I think that is, woolen spun sweaters are my favorite because they're warmer. But this is, look how beautiful that is. The color work is fine. It's gorgeous. So it's just very much a matter of personal preference. As far as price point goes, I'm not going to get into that too much, but you know, you're going to pay more for a hand dye for sure. These tend to be a little bit cheaper unless you get specialty yarn, like a breed specific, you know, from the farm that's named, the breed of sheep is named. That gets kind of expensive. But you can get just as good yarn. Go to Knit Picks, look at the fiber composition, look at the gauge, and that kind of thing. And you got to do a little digging, got to do a little reading. But a fingering weight woolen spun yarn isn't necessarily the same. It's not the same as a worsted spun yarn. I would start with the designer and then see if you could substitute. Sometimes you could substitute, you can look at the weight of it also. And that's very mathy. And if you want, let me know. I can do a little video about that. Just let me know in the comments down below. So I'm going to stop right here. And maybe we'll see you at the pet store, or maybe we'll see you on a walk. Let's find out.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small. And now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine. But I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come. Snowflakes fall, I can hear the sleigh bells call. They're saying it's time to have a merry holiday. On this cold December day, we are on our merry way. Riding along, just singing a song, barreling through the snow. Bells are jingling, snowflakes tingling, Rudolph knows where to go. On this cold December day, I am piloting my sleigh. The work to be done on my Christmas run is the most tired chore. No girl or boy without a toy, so giddy up, Rudolph, my dear. 8 pair of antlers, onwards ever go. Dasher and Prancer, this cold December day. On this cold December day.